Today is December 7th, 2013. Taking Tango for a walk. He sees a squirrel. Come here, Tango. I'm gonna let him loose so he can get the squirrel. Go get it. This is, actually I think it might have been a chipmunk. This is Mr. Carlson's house. I'm coming down to pick him up, take him for a walk. He's got a problem with chipmunks. They like to go around over his house and stuff, and they put acorns under his hood in his cars and things like that. But Tango's doing good. I didn't make many videos last month. I'm gonna try to do a little bit more this month.
Occupy yourself while I put my jacket on.
Okay. Today is December 10th, 2013. It's the first real snow of the season. Gonna start running once he finishes. He's gonna start running like crazy towards me. Must be constipated. I think he's almost done. There he comes running like crazy. Good boy? Yeah? Good boy? You like eating snow? Yeah? Good boy. Yeah? Good boy. Yeah. Good boy. Yeah. Hey, Tango. Hey, Tango. He wants to eat his dinner.
Oh, yes, he's hungry, huh? You hungry, Tango? Yes.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Oh, you think? No. Wait a minute.
Today is December 20th, 2013. Tango's doing really good. This is the first time I've brought him back here since we got the snow. I've been going for walks with Mr. Carlson around the circle because he doesn't like coming back here. But today was really warm. It got up to like 50 something degrees. So I wanted to come back here. I've been taking a lot of parts off of the car, and I used to, there were a couple times where somebody was walking by, or my neighbor came over from across the street and Tango ran out in the street. So I was starting to tie him up in the front yard, but he didn't like that. He would start whining and whining and didn't like that. So I started just putting the muzzle on him, and I leave him loose, and he does good. He stays in the yard and stuff like that. Even when I cross the street over to my neighbor's, I tell him to stay, and he stays in the driveway while I cross the street, so that's really good. But I like to have the muzzle on him because there was another time when a lady was walking down the street with her dog, and Tango went like running towards him with his like body lower down, his head lower down, kind of like he was going to be getting aggressive and going after the dog, and I yelled his name, told him to come back, and he came back. But I kind of don't want him in the front yard, especially if he's loose, without the muzzle, just in case something or somebody ends up attracting him for whatever reason to run out. I don't want any problems with him like biting another dog or something like that. So I like to put the muzzle on him. He doesn't like it at first when I first put it on him. He'll want to like rub against me and stuff like that, signaling that he doesn't like it. But then once it's on for like a few seconds, and he just goes about his business. One of my second cousins ended up passing away a few days ago. He was had severe disability. He wasn't able to talk and wasn't able to walk. He's like that his whole life. He was like I think almost like 10 years older than me. But he for some reason my aunt was over and she was cleaning the house, and she lives next door to him, and I think that's what it was that did it. But I never have any dreams about him, but for some reason, and this was like a week before he passed away and even got like ill or anything like that. I didn't know anything. And the dream I had was I was like I was in Portugal. My dad was there, and my second cousin was there, and there was like some kind of like underground cave or something like that, and we were going to drive the car down into the cave. And it wasn't like a dark cave either. It was like it was well lit. It was like a nice cave, and it was like a spiraling circle going down. We drove down and we got to the bottom, and we got out of the car, and he was never able to talk, but for some reason in that dream, he like communicated to me without like talking and asked me like, did I like it there? And that's when I noticed that I started looking around, and I noticed that, you know, the sun was shining, and I had just driven down in like a spiraling cave, so that was kind of strange. So it kind of tells me maybe it was something like a porthole or something like that. I don't know. It's just a dream. But anyway, but I noticed that it was really sunny, and then there were a lot of nice plants around and stuff like that, because I'm interested in plants, so I noticed that. And it was nice and warm, and outside of the cave was actually colder. So I thought it was nice down there, and he asked me, I told him, yeah, you know, I do agree, it's nice down here. And I'm just paraphrasing, but so then he asked, well, do you want to stay down here? And I thought about it for a second, and I said, well, you know, maybe for a night. And the next thing I knew, and he was happy too, and he was able to like communicate, he was able to walk and everything like that in the dream. Now, like his whole life he wasn't able to walk or talk or anything like that, wasn't able to take care of himself and feed himself or go to the bathroom for himself and all that kind of stuff. He was really happy, and he wanted to stay down in there. I said, well, maybe for a day. And the next thing I knew, I was back up top of, like, outside of the cave. And my dad was there, and he was really happy, and then he turned and started to walk away, like, towards the water that was there. There was some big body of water that was there. It was either the ocean, because I thought it was Portugal in the beginning, so it could have been the ocean, or like a big lake or something. But it was just really strange. And then a week later, he ended up going to the hospital. He was really ill, and he ended up passing away. That's really strange. But it's kind of a good dream in a way, because he was happy, and like I'm sure a lot of people now would like to think that now that he's passed away, he won't be restricted with that disability and stuff like that. So it's kind of like in that dream where he's happy and not restricted, and you know, stuff like that. But Tango's been doing good. He got into the trash, this is like 3 times now. I think I mentioned already on one of the videos. But, so now I just make sure I don't leave him, like if I go and take a shower or something. I take him into the bathroom with me and close the door, instead of just leaving him out in the hallway, because then the one time he got into the trash, so I don't want to give him the opportunity to do that. But I have noticed he's gotten better around dogs, and I think it was the term that I was using. I was telling him like to be nice and to be nice, and he was getting like more and more aggressive. And I think it was because he just didn't understand what be nice meant, and he probably thought it was like the opposite. And I'm not somebody that physically scolds a dog, so he didn't get any scolding other than me saying no, and he obviously doesn't know the word no, or at least not that well. So it was just reinforcing it and making him think that when I was saying be nice, it meant like to, you know, be on guard or something like that. So then I started using the I don't want to really do it too loud now because he's going to hear it, but the and that worked really good. So I started doing that whenever he would start to show those symptoms or that behavior around other dogs, and then he would just stop right away. He'd turn, like, look at me and like, oh, what, you don't want me to be on guard? And then he would just be totally like, you know, like passive. So that's worked out really good. So I think it was just a miscommunication where he just didn't know what I was saying when I was saying to be nice and stuff like that. So, but anyway, but he's been doing good. He's very, very lovable. He likes to follow me everywhere. I think that's great. I know some people don't like that, especially if you're like doing stuff around in the house and stuff, and then the dog like gets up behind you when you turn around and he's there. Some people don't like that, but I like him to always be right there. So I think that's cool. Alright, my battery's getting low. I'm going to sign off. Or maybe I'll wait over here, go into the water and film a little bit, and then I'll shut off the camera. Yeah, see, he remembers he used to go over there. It's been a while since I've gone over here, because even when I was coming back over here, I wasn't, or when I was walking back here before there was snow, I wasn't exactly coming over here. I was just making the loop with Mr. Carlson. So I think it's probably been over a month since I've actually come right over here where the water is. I think it's been about a month, maybe even longer than a month. But this is a nice spot. My last dog used to like this spot a lot. You good boy? Those are your footprints. Why don't you drink some water? Tango's a good boy. Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned, but he lost some weight too when I brought him to the vet like a couple months ago. I think he had lost like 12 pounds, I think it was, or something like that. Right now he's just like a little bit over 100. He needs to lose a little bit more. Maybe get to like 95 or something like that. We'll have to see. Anyway, if I don't make another video for Christmas or before Christmas, because now it's the 20th, Christmas is in a few more days. Merry Christmas. You want to say Merry Christmas? Today's December 25th, 2013. Christmas. Tango's doing good. He's going for his poop. He likes to go in this area for some reason. Good boy. Yeah. I didn't bring Mr. Carlson with me today. He's going to visit his daughter for Christmas. And he was always wanting to go for short walks back here, so at least today I'll get a chance to go for a longer walk back here. Let's go drink some water. And drink some water. I bet that water's cold. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy. Yeah.